Welcome, Dr. James Beckett, Sports Card Insights, another card wall video for YouTube. Starting off with Jackie Jensen. They misspelled his first name, and he was a two-sport star. It actually mentions that he's a pitcher in baseball when really he was a slugging outfielder, an MVP. He probably won't make it, even though he was great in the day in the late 40s, early 50s. But I'll probably have enough leaf representation of baseball and football to not have him be in there on that basis. Thanks, Jackie. Thanks, sponsors. Really appreciate them. Next, I have the dilemma of which Derek Jeter card. I don't think I'm going to do his rookie card. This mirror red is the one I've had on there for now. Claims to be a rookie on the back, but it's not really. I don't like horizontal and I don't like stickers, but I love this card. I think that's a nice card. This is Star Rubies, numbered 21 out of 50. Too bad it's not number 2. I do think over the years, over the months, there'll be a gradual evening out of some of these difficult sets that are in more than one sport. Same thing with this one, the Fusion Titanium, Molten Fusion, numbered 4 out of 50. That's a great card. And those last two are strong candidates. I'll point this one out. This is a grassroots. It's actually a BGS 10. I don't get that very often. And it has a 9.5 on centering. I've never had a black label. So I'm just showing you. I personally submitted this card, and this is what I got. And I'm not going to resubmit it because I'm sure they looked at it more than once. This card has been on the wall at one point. It just looks a little bit unlicensed to me. A Little Sun is the producer. Yet this is a company that picked him out of all the other young players and did one of his earliest autographs. Tommy John had a surgery named after him, but really not much hobby love in spite of his amazing longevity. And also you can see down here there's a kind of a crack on the corner, which is not bothering me, but that's just the way it goes. It probably was my fault. I probably dropped it. Avery Johnson, local guy. He's around, a good guy. You already know I like college cards, and he'll come over here one of these days. And when he does, I'll say, hey, Avery, look at the Jays. And he'll see his likeness there. Johnson, he won't be there for long. I don't have a desire to fill a card wall with Hall of Fame executives. I don't really go to the Hall of Fame to see the non-players. These bazookas, they just don't look right. They were not bad cards, but I had a couple sets of them, both the silver and the regular, and I broke them out. But originally, I wanted to have one card for every Hall of Famer, and that's just not going to, Johnson's not going to make it. DJ laying it in. I've always enjoyed watching Dennis Johnson. If it was just sentimentality, he would be in forever because I really enjoyed watching him play on both sides of the ball. But he's probably out because not enough people think like I think. Like I say, not always typical. Ernie is still around. This is 30 years ago for Ernie. Much younger. It may be one of his very few cards because he wasn't a player. His dad was a player, but he wasn't a player. But he's been a great announcer, and just to be able to handle the huge personalities that are around the table takes great skill. And so my hat's off to Ernie. And I'm going to keep him on the wall. He may get over here one of these days, and that'd be a kick to show it to him because it's a pretty rare card. Although the distribution of those announcer cards went to the announcers, but they may have all been distributed. This is Ian Johnson. This is a memory that I have, a non-memory, because I actually went to sleep before it happened. My brother told me about it. I went to sleep right before they had the Boise State comeback, and he had his end zone proposal. And so this is a reminder to don't give up on games, even if it's midnight. Jack Johnson, I got the side view T218 and the front-facing view. They're both 5s. I'll probably keep Jack Johnson in there. He's a very intimidating boxer. T218 is a landmark set. I probably prefer the front view. Gerard Johnson, not there based on skill, but he's a footnote. That's who Ryan Tannehill beat out. We as a family went down to A&M and saw the game where Gerard Johnson blew up, not in the good sense. He had a big arm, but he didn't have much touch, and he had a really slow wind-up. And he got beat out by Ryan Tannehill, who went on to start in the NFL. And Gerard Johnson, he had the body, he had the metrics, but didn't win on that level. Jim Johnson, too many Jim Johnsons, James Johnson, Jimmy Johnson. When you think of Jimmy Johnson or Jim Johnson, I'm not sure this is who you think of, even though he's a great player. Just like the Hall of Fame has positions, I may have enough DBs, defensive backs. Jimmy Johnson, I've got a friend that this is his absolute favorite driver. And so I've got to have a Jimmy Johnson. He's an all-time great, not necessarily the GOAT, but had a great run there. When my buddy comes over, he'll be pleased that Jimmy, i.e., made the grade. And lastly, J.Johnson, the Cowboys' second greatest coach of all time, I think. He was an excellent coach. He still looks younger than his age. This is an attractive card, so I think I'll keep this one for a while because of local and because he represents the Cowboys 2.0 glory days. So that's it. Thanks, everybody. Be back again with another video.